Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Mizamani G. And boy, did a lot get reviewed last night in last night's episode of Stranger Things Volume 2. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll talk about it.
Y'all ready for this?
Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is me, the Horror Mizamani G. Now, of course, with all my recaps, just like I did with Welcome to Derry, there will be spoilers in this particular one, especially when it comes to the Upside Down. So, you have not watched last night's 3 episodes of Stranger Things Volume 2. My suggestion that you pause this video, go to Netflix, watch Stranger Things Volume 2, episodes 5, 6, and 7, and then come back to watch the rest of my video. And once again, you have been warned. Now, I would say that a major reveal takes place during the 3 episodes of Volume 2 of Stranger Things last night that changes everything we knew about the Upside Down. Now, again, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll talk about that later as far as how my early opinion when it comes to the reveal, which we'll talk about later. It kind of does make sense in the long run because the one thing is, if you're going to have a major reveal, in any series. It has to sort of make sense story wise. Does it fit the narrative? I think we'll learn more when we see the season finale. I believe it's next Wednesday or New Year's Eve. And then we'll see whether or not this so called reveal actually plays, if it works or not works. But I'm pretty sure lots of people have opinions about it. Now, also in the 3 episodes, also reveal Vecna's true motivation, what purpose the 12 children serve with his overall goals in reshaping the world. When that reveal happens and we get to see, because he's been talking about this in the early episodes, that he wants to reshape the world. Now that we know the truth, now we actually know what the purpose of these 12 children do, and that's what he's trying to do. Now, in episode 5, Shock Jock, we pick up right where things left off in volume 1, where Will discovers his powers from his connection to the hive mind, and Joyce comes up with a plan to have Will use that connection to find and kill Vecna. He eventually able to connect with Vecna. Also, at the same time, he saves Molly and Mac's lives because they're still trapped within his memories. But unfortunately, it has a side effect where unfortunately Vecna kicks him out of his mind, and then Will lays comatose. Now, while this is happening earlier in the episode, Henry has taken all of the kidnapped children from the previous episode and placed into his make-believe house, which is called Camelazot. I believe I pronounced that right. It gets them to believe he's out to save them from the monsters, just like he told Holly. Meanwhile, back in the Upside Down, Eleven and Collie have their reunion, where Callie tells her how she was captured by Dr. Clay in the military while killing her friends at the same time. She explains to Eleven that Dr. K has been taking her blood and giving it to pregnant women, doing the same experiment that Dr. Brenner did with Henry, giving Eleven and everyone else their powers. Unfortunately, unlike with Henry, the experiments Dr. K is doing, unfortunately, is not doing anything. The results, so that's where we find out the reason why Dr. K is after 11. She wants to use 11 blood so that way they conduct these same experiments. Now we see that Dustin, Steve, Jonathan, and Nancy are in the library in the Upside Down, with Dustin believing that the wall is really a shield that can weaken Henry if they destroy it. But after reading Brenner's journal, he realizes he's wrong, but unfortunately, he fails to warn Jonathan and Nancy in time before Nancy shoots at the shield. Uh oh, trouble! Now, in episode 6, we get to see the effects to the Upside Down caused by Nancy shooting into the shield. Now, Dustin explains that the Upside Down isn't another dimension. No, it's not another dimension like they all thought it was, like we all thought it was, but it's actually a wormhole that's made up of exotic matter that is extremely unstable, as we see the ripple effect that the matter has just by Nancy just shooting at it once. It nearly tears a hole and tears a little small little hole in that wall, and this huge wave of gust goes into it. And if you go out there, I'm pretty sure you'll die instantly because that's what Dustin said. If you go outside of it, it's nothing but death. and then we get to see this extraordinary view outside of the upside down, where we see this huge stuff of exotic manner in between the two, I guess you can say, worlds. Yes, we're talking outer space and aliens. Dutton says that the wormhole acts as a bridge in space and time between the two worlds, their world and the world where Vecna, the Mind Hive, and the Demigorgons are located. Now, this means Holly and the other children that Vecna kidnapped are not in the Upside Down like they believe. They're actually located in the other world on the other side of the bridge. Now, of course, I said to myself, wow, now that's a shocker. I didn't see that coming at all. I truly love it when writers such as the Duffer Brothers have done here when they actually create something that comes out of nowhere. I'm pretty sure no one expected this coming, so I give them credit for changing the entire game, when it comes to Stranger Things and the Upside Down. Now, speaking about Holly, she and Max are still trying to find a way out of Kalamazoo, and with the help of Derek, they travel throughout Henry's memories and eventually finding a way out. Why Henry is so afraid of the caves in Kalamazoo. Apparently, there was a guy there that fell into that particular cave, and then he shoots at Henry. Henry gets so upset he takes a brick and beats him to death with it. And then there's some type of a suitcase that the guy has, and he opens it up, but we don't know what happened to Henry. But I believe that he's going to get transported somewhere. I won't say where because we probably won't find out until the series finale, what's happened when he opens the suitcase. But obviously, that traumatic event is so traumatic for Henry that he cannot confront it because, for all how powerful Vecna is, he's still human. He still has human fears. Interesting. Meanwhile, 11, Hop, and Callie make it back to Hawkins during that little wave gate opened up to be able to go through it, where they discover that Will's comatose state after trying to kill Vecna and after going into Will's mind, he learns that Vecna is going after Max. For some reason, Vecna still got a thing for Max because earlier on in the episode, Vecna finds out where they're at. He was able to convince Derek to find out where they're at. He goes after them. He nearly kills Max, but when Will goes to his mind, he allows him to escape. So he's pissed off about that. So he goes after Will is trapped in Vecna's mind because of how what happened when Vecna got him out of his mind. He's trapped in Henry's memories, and so he's able to capture Will, and he's also able to go into Will's mind. He finds out where Max's physical body is. Now, after reviving Will, Lucas and Robin head to the hospital where Max's physical body still lies, and at the same time, Max and Holly finally find a way out of Henry's memories. Yes, we will get to hear that great Kate Bush song running up that hill as we see both Max and Holly running in slow motion with their song playing in the background. I don't know if it has the same emotional weight that we saw last season when Holly was running. We see that song playing in the background right here, but it's still a great scene. It's because we really do care about Max, we care about Holly, especially Holly now. We want her to escape. Now, Vecna sends Demigorgons to kill Max, and Lucas is able to move Max's body out from the hospital bed, and he, along with Robin and her girlfriend, head down to the laundry room to the hospital. All looks hopeless until the Demigorgons are blown to bits. Thanks to the reawakening Karen Wheeler and Max is finally reunited to her physical body. Yay! Very wonderful scene right there. Now, while Holly is able to get back to her physical body, she's still stuck in the cocoons that Vecna built for the children back on his world. Now, once she frees herself from the cocoon, she realizes that she isn't in the upside down, and she realizes that and she tries to escape with Vecna chasing after her. Now, after freeing a trapped Nancy and Jonathan, Dustin brings them up to speed regarding the truth about the Upside Down when Nancy hears Holly screaming, and they race to find her. Because we get to see, obviously, when Holly goes into the wormhole in the Upside Down, we get to see her falling and falling and falling, and she's this close of getting close to being rescued by her sister Holly. Meanwhile, Erica and Murray go and find Dustin's science teacher, Dr. Scott Clark, hoping he can create a tracker to locate Dustin and the others in the Upside Down. The gang find and rescue Dustin, Nancy, Stephen, and Jonathan, but were unable to bring Holly back, who was recaptured by Vecna and placed back into Cocoon and back to Kalamazoots. Oh, so close. Holly tries and fails to convince the children of Henry's deception, especially when Derek confirms Vecna's lies. That's because he's afraid he'll go and kill his family. So he just falls in the line, even though you can see the disappointment in his face because he truly believes something bad is going to happen. Dustin brings the gang up to speed regarding the Upside Down, and they come up with a plan before Vecna manages to merge the two worlds together. Now, there's some other reveals that take place in this particular film. I believe one of the best one is that Will actually admits that he's gay. I mean, it's kind of a common knowledge that we all knew that he was gay based upon some of the stuff that we see in his interactions with Robin and some of the other interactions he's had. So he probably admits he was gay. I believe he was probably scared because of his dealing with Vecna. Vecna fake something faked his memories with a place to show him that he was all alone by himself. And of course, a very touching scene when everyone, his family, his friends, probably was right behind him. So what? You're gay. We still love you. Doesn't matter who you are. We're happy that you finally admit what you are, and we're going to be right behind you. It was a very nice and touching scene there. Another thing that gets revealed is the little mind meaning between Callie and Eleven, where Callie believes that they're in some type of a cycle that's never ending when it comes to the military and the people after them. She believes it's never going to end, and she decides to create the suicide pact where after they free all the children that they're going to stay behind and allow themselves to get blown to bits. Thanks to Dustin saying that we're going to have a bomb once we get all the kids that are going to not only destroy the Upside Down, but also should destroy Vecna and the Demigods, and they'll have no other place to go because the wormhole will be destroyed. Now, I find this fascinating that this Callie person would come up with such a dire event, but I can understand her reasonings. I mean, all her life, she's been used and abused and is never able to be free. She did try it one time, but the military was able to find her, killed her friends, and she believes that the only way to stop this is to sacrifice herself and says that to 11, even though 11 is having some doubts. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see if 11 is going to go through that, or if they're going to actually find a way where she and Mike can have a future together. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see what's going to happen. Yeah, so let's do a little examination when it comes to the Upside Down and the fact that no, this is not another dimension or any supernatural being. It's all science fiction. I mean, the story is a horror sci-fi TV show because it's mostly based in science fiction. Everything that has to do with science fiction. There's really nothing really supernatural other than the kids being Dungeons and Dragons fans, and they played it, and they actually named some of the creatures from the Dungeon and Dragon mythos. So the fact that now that we actually believe that this is nothing to do with anything supernatural, is all science fiction, I myself really don't have a problem with it. It depends upon how the show is going to end when we see the season finale, as well as we'll probably find more secrets going to be revealed in the series finale. But for me, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are. I don't know if they're going to be happy with it or not happy with it. But for me, I really don't have a problem with it because it kind of fits sort of the narrative. The fact that there had to be a reason why Vector wanted to get these kids, other than having it bleed into the real world, but now we understand why. So it's pretty interesting to see what's the final game plan and what other secrets the Duffer brothers have for us. So now we just have to wait until next Wednesday, the 31st of December, New Year's Eve, to see the series finale of Stranger Things. I'm pretty sure maybe some stories will get wrapped up. Maybe some other stuff will get wrapped up. There's some stuff going on between Jonathan and Nancy. At the time, they made some confessions for themselves, and they had so sort of a proposal. It's going to be pretty interesting to see where that particular story goes. Hopefully, Max will finally be able to get her stuff together, and she'd be able to go on ahead and walk again. And basically, that's all we have as far as the other stories is concerned. But I'm pretty sure some other stuff might happen, But we'll see next Wednesday when the series finale of Stranger Things airs on Netflix. I'm looking forward for that show. And there you have it, my horror fans. That is my recap and video of Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, like, and share. It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. What are your thoughts about Volume 2? What do you think about that reveal? Did you enjoy it or do you didn't like it at all? Leave your comments in your comment section below and tell me your thought about the show. Also new here, please hit that subscriber button, ring that notification bell. That way, be notified anytime when I put a new video such as this one. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G, and always remember, horror rules. And I see you in my next video. And guys, stay safe out there.